back the way it was.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clive!
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring.
Since all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hand, and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, just as the good Lady
Are you a lord? Lubor, they're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil.
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act... Speaking of men, maybe a rather worrying one.
May therein.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences, and they have formed what one could call, and they grow more all...
We'll fight them all off just like last time. Won't we?
Of course we will. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult. Our best hope is to nip these by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have perhaps a certain lord under him.
How could I refuse?
Thank you. Victor will fill you. I have him stationed.
I'll go and...
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor?
That's easy.
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in?
Ah,
I thought you'd have returned to...
I did. I've developed something, and having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, a sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't...
You're not the only one.
What is he?
He asked for my aid in putting down the... And he said that you might be able to help me.
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can say, but we must strike together, and we must strike soon.
All right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me.
If those ne'er-do-wells want to band together, let them. There'll be no match for us.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't...
No, but...
No. Something...
What is it?
The whole town's saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and some of the children spotted him, and when Lubor felled him, and without a Christ.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life.
What? Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing.
You're right.
And now, I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an... Well, it was...
We're sorry, Lubor.
But we just couldn't.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather... All that matters to me is that...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's an... All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something. And quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them...
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle... I'm a Dalmek born and bred. That you head to the... Make Conrad and Natalie remember... They know that Lubor and I are friends. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trust...
I'll do what I can. Lubor, I can't promise anything, but...
And that is all.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a...
He knew all along that he... Forgive me for disturbing you, but... I've seen...
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it?
That's right.
The rumors that he's a bearer.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout... In this at least, he's done the town a service.
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home?
Perhaps. That is a question. And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to...
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearers?
I assumed...
There's still...
But perhaps not in this lifetime.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense.
No. And your efforts would be...
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. That to let yourself be true. That was rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to us, and so must I be. I must do what I... And now, I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalek, for only united can they hope to stand against... I'll need to make a suit...
Don't go, Lubor.
We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need... The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance.
I would not take it, Victor.
Over. And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children... I thought you were better, but it seems you had me.
Victor...
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right choice?
Of those available to me, I believe it... but where are my manners? Here. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do...
I'll bear it in mind.
Straight home now. Two down, one to go.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's
fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft cited as if protecting the secret.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our method, mayhap it would please you to...
Would that be possible?
Of course. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their... if you would consent to do so in my stead.
All right.
They will be... Might I suggest you take the road? It will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord.
Let's go.
Yeah!
This won't be easy. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. This one. Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. Enough! Should have stayed in the... These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks.
Who are you?
Forgive, I did not recognize you. We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. Thanks to them, and to you. We were...
You call that... Your brothers might still be alive. Surely this survey wasn't what...
We are charged with uncover a duty of the highest import.
And you think your dead brother...
I know they would. They gave their lives for the... Now, to what do we owe the...
Cyril told me of your work here. And
I see. That is most kind. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another. But for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Here, take a look at my wares. Ah, not bad. It's a deal. Take care. Are you buying or selling? Anything else?
Here.
My thanks. I shall study them and inform you for...
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses which could have been avoided. Had the others not chosen to... Were these your orders?
No. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix.
Even when death is of...
My lord, I fear that the Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations. We live to serve the Phoenix.
Cyril, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how... Please.
I thank you, if you will permit me to respond. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right as first shield to the Phoenix.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
Ah, Clive, you'll be pleased
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Rand, but I still have much and more to prepare. You couldn't do me a quick favor.
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how... Find out exactly how much faster I need...
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
What's happened?
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault.
I know.
No buts about it.
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from the talks with the Republican Army. I've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above but the Consortium offered double what we did.
And you had no opportunity to...
None at all.
El? I saw Vonnie...
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about... How did the Consortium even...
It's not so surprising. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. I'm going to
Alone?
Are you offering to be my... How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the Capital Gate. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. Even if I fail to free these bearers, someone needs to prepare the place and keep any
Oh, and that's... Well, it looks like I'm meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She means to stay with us then. I can't...
You have to trust her.
You're right. And if El's... So I'll gather... You...
right. To Randalon. We'd better not keep Eloise waiting.
What I wouldn't give for a whole meal.
Looks like this is the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
Time to fight. You deserve a rest.
Garuda! Over here! Go, Thor!
It's over. I hope I didn't keep you. What did you arrange to speak with it?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with...
I did. It's about the bearers, We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves.
You misunderstand. The Consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in it, and so we resumed.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions, but what is done is done. Come then.
Alas, you are too late yet. We rarely take on such unconventional merch. The bearers belong to...
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across... A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own... That's what you get when you deal with...
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite... They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings.
That does sound... No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be... And with it, my interest in joining you...
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry you weren't able...
As am I. He was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did Their representative hinted at a possible... I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be... As soon as he left, I sent my...
So you never...
No. I entertained the consort. I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew...
You tried.
I did. And if they deserved... I wanted so bad...
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can. They need help.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there.
Hold on, Theo. I'm coming. Let's go.
Faster!
to the stables, girl.
What's the situation?
Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village. But the whole area...
We just have to pray he makes it out.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with... Where are you, Theo? Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Nice try. Too slow. Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take. And that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Cid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you! Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore, wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive.
That was true bravery. His first instinct was always to...
And now he's gone because I sent him to the...
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he...
To live my own... He never could come.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bear.
We grew up in Canva. And I was chosen to inherit the... I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo, a late bloomer. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his... My parents tried to drive him out of the house before they could.
Theo told me something. He clearly admired your devotion to the... But he said you deserved a better life than this. just as you freed him from...
I would be lying if I said I had not how much easier my life might have been if I had devoted myself to the family. But I have never regretted. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made. He was never a burden. If anything,
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been great, and that he wanted to neither you nor Theo what you did, and you always would.
you're right. You were so weak. Oh, Theo. I know Theo wanted me to move on. We can make a difference here. I need nothing more from it, so I'll carry on doing what we do. And bringing smiles to people's faces and to Theo's. This is the life I have chosen.
I've made a choice to continue helping you however I can.
Thank you, Claire. Let's go on together then.
Why?
Let's go.
Faster!
Safe. That's all of them. No one can uncross.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago. Those things I said before.
Oh, Clive. My wards and I may soon be with...
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second, not that any of those things still exist. Now he...
And what does he want with
He wants to transform it into a foundation upon which to build... He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the...
He would rob the populace.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
How? By speaking a man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve. And the captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke, no. Any attempt to incite mutiny would, given the mood around town. Mutiny may yet be unavoidable.
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal for your services to Northreach? You have the respect of the... And unlike Philippe, no bonds of... Well?
I'll see what I can...
Thank you.
Tell me that in the garrison.
Overseeing the...
All right. I may have met this Duke before. At the Remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. I was hoping I might be able to...
We're under orders not to let any civilians... But you should be all right. Wait here.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the... And I shall... But tell me, is it wealth?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to...
Ah, you are worried the expanded garrison will render your... Yet you needn't be. A proud pride of place, in fact. For too long, but no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed, which is more than can be said for. The Empire wants for a capital, and... with Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy. Plans are already soon enough. These thralls shall learn that they...
I fear you underestimate how should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town.
The people will do... If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, one whose authority is That is why this left so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed. And yet there are those who persist in peddling that...
I suspect they're afraid.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less. And you mean you would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own soul...
Sabine, we...
Yes! And I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens...
Without an empire, there...
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for...
Do not take her name in vain.
I'll come back later. The citizens... I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
As long as you remain, the Vale...
You needn't fret. The creatures...
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
All right there?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Or...
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from... If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'll be straight.
I heard the dame got an eye concert with the Meadows.
A question. What do you think of the Duke of Or?
You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you got... If he thinks his name and his chains given, we'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Why? You're storming.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about...
Nothing good, are we? Going around acting like... And with hardly a word to the dame.
I take it you'd rather she...
As far as I'm concerned, she just need his eminence to...
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Those things I said before.
Excuse me, I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts.
Well, I mean, look around us. The traders might not like having the screws put on them. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire's the best. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to...
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn... Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders... Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet...
Sabine, you are embarrassing.
As long as you remain,
You're the one who's talking... On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to... What do you think of his plan?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells... Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame. That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the Emperor. If the Duke can get us cement and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned but...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Everything in the capital. What am I to do?
Captain.
For you? Certainly. Thank you for that. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Or. Do you intend to go along with this?
But to tell you the truth, it's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to...
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you...
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either.
Thank you, Clive. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Well, dude, thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive, were you able to speak with...
I was.
Well, it will certainly help, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople. They deserve to be heard, Clive.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content, and not just because of the Duke's rank.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sanbreque? I dare say I too would want nothing more than thank you for trying.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in. I told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those... Because I realized what really matters, not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it. Protecting. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not. And when they do come back, we need to stand together. With you to lead us, milady. It was you who finally convinced there's no point following orders if they go against...
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach's best hope. We have only to turn our attention. Thank you, Philippe.
Anything for you. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few? I fear His Eminence has loftier...
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first.
There may be hope for Northreach, yeah, especially with men like you. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke. But I suspect I shall have to call until then.
Until then?
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of
With Canver in the hands of Akashic.
Ah, Sid, sir.
Good.
I'll fit him to the... Me? The Telemon furnace!
She's a beauty.
You saved my beacon again, Sid! And I...
It's fine, really.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a... You could just... How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could lose... And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy, it's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong.
Stretchy metal.
That is the spirit. So?
Thank you, Owen.
Shh, don't mention it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job. Maybe even out there. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together.
They'll hardly believe they're...
So, she don't need saved?
How may I help you today, Clive?
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Here you are.
Come again.
I may have more.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
What is this place?
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then ultimately? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming!
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Ready, go?
Faster!
How the hell did that...
Be safe. We're not gonna outrun this one. Stay close to the Torgal. This one. Let's try. This one. Should have picked on someone your own size.
Come back.
Don't tell me we've run out of...
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Let's not be greedy now.
The stew's awful thing these days.
What do I owe the honour? So, will it be? And?
I still say it were a compliment. Ah, Clive. Please tell me you've come to take our...
I'm not here for Mid.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens?
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for and we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have... Very little is known of Ash. And the information we do have is spot... We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right. If it will get but interrupt me, and it's over. Understood? Barnabas Tharm, the one they call the Last King. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldamark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canva's streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, And what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Clive, allow me to educate you. Study it well, Clive. Very good.
Please, your grace. My Lord Marquis.
Yote, is anything the matter?
My lord, yes. It's your brother, though he does his best to hide it.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering.
But
his grace's case is severe. So I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among the Undying about, and thankfully a recipe was found. The only problem, and our supplies, unless we can secure more soon. My lord, I know that I have no right.
For Joshua. So?
A rare herb by the name of... It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor we discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, the search continues for a new source.
So it's only that you can't reach it?
Well...
Then I shall go in your...
But...
You've yet to find another source, correct? Besides, I'm a dominant.
Well, Stonerwort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms. I shall remain here, and...
Good girl. Now to find our Stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Making anything to take on. There's only one thing for it.
All yours, Torgal.
collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yotei.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Yotei.
Yes, my lord. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find...
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to...
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked...
I am honored, but I beg you, my lord.
I'll keep that in mind.
I have no reason to assume.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, if you have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany...
It would appear the past still has... Though in this case, it would not have been possible without... To think that you... I am relieved to...
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Mid said I can ride the Enterprise next.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stonehere by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Let me know when you're leaving.
Of course. Is something wrong?
Not at all, honestly. Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order.
I'll hold you to...
Reckon it'll be a long walk to the capital if we follow the cliffs. I'll scout ahead, see if I can't find us an inland route.
Clive. There's something I've been meaning to ask. You took her icon, didn't you?
Yes, I did. She understood.
Oh, she understood. Understood that you decided to save the world all on your own, and that you'd die without her power. How dare you make her choose? You knew damn well she'd never refuse you. but I will. You can't keep pushing us away, Clive. The world is ours to save, not yours.
I used my gift because I thought it was the right thing to do.
And you truly believe this will save you? Will save us all?
I do.
Then so be it. Just don't forget, you're not alone.
Think I found us a trail. Did I miss something?
Only that Joshua didn't.
I don't get it. Always wanted to visit Ash.
We're in Waloda territory now. Don't expect a warm welcome.
Oh, I don't know, Clive. That castle over there looks inviting enough.
Shall we sample its inhabitants' hospitality?
Remember what I said about warm welcomes, Gav?
Oh, this place is as dead as Grieger's ghost. Smelled something.
I see only orcs and Kashyyyk here.
Let's hope the villagers made it out in time.
This one.
Camber all over again. Where the hell are the Royalists?
Seems you were right about that welcome after all, Clive.
Has the whole of Ash fallen into Ultima's hands?
That's no peace delegation. We should send a warning to the others.
No. My uncle will have an eye on the coast. I trust he'll find a way to entertain any uninvited guests. Our mark is Drake's Spine, and there's a lot of road between us and it. We press on to Stonehere.
Aye, you never know. It might not be a nest of slathering monsters.
Clive, you must go on ahead without me. This stronghold is as old as Phoenix Gate, perhaps older. It may yet hide Ultima's remaining secrets, and if we are to best him, they must be unearthed.
All right. Stay out of trouble.
I always do. Mostly.
You sure about this?
About leaving my brother on his own? Of course. Mostly.
Lady Vivian's map is so old, it's hard to tell which way is up. But if I'm right, we're not far from a village called Eastla.
Then we make our way there, resupply, and wait for Joshua.
This place reeks like a morble's arsehole. Though I'm guessing it's not the smell that'll kill us.
Get him!
this one.
Bahamut's breath. Don't look down, Torgal. That must be Aistla. What do you think, Clive?
Then we're too late.
Damn it. They're all turned. There's nothing we can do.
I wouldn't say nothing.
No quarter gap!
I don't want to die here, Clive.
Then don't. isn't over yet. Of course it bloody isn't. Give me thunder! Let's try. Gav. Gav!
Don't tell me there's more of the bastards.
Oh, fuck. Have you come to watch, Odin?
Bound for Stonehill. Good. My master awaits you in the capital, though I cannot allow you to attend him in your present state.
And how are you going to stop us?
Why, with this!
What did you do?
If the vessel would see the path opened, it has but to ask. I shall see that my master's prize is made presentable.
Shit! No!
Clive, would you mind telling me what the fuck just happened? you've got to be. How are we supposed to get through that?
We seek an audience with the king. If His Majesty wants me to come and ask him, then that is exactly what I'll do.
Before you go practicing your petition, we don't even know where the fucker went. How about we cool our heads and think this through, eh?
All right.
Maybe there's something here we can use. I thought we got them all.
So did I.